The school bus was late again, but Robbie didn't feel like going to school today. "I can't believe Dad lost his job," Robbie thought as he stood in his coat, waiting impatiently at the bus stop with his friends. He adjusted the beanie cap on his shaved head and slowly watched the snow fall towards the ground. Staring at the snow, which was collecting in drifts around his feet, he thought back to the look on his mother's face when the news had come in. Her face had turned ghostly white, and she dropped the phone on the table, sobbing loudly. Robbie had asked her what was wrong, and as she told him, his heart began to sink. His dad had not been to see any of his latest sports games, and it seemed like all he cared about was his work. "Serves him right for getting fired," Robbie thought to himself. Spending all that time at work didn't get him anything. But as Robbie continued to think about things, he began to wonder about Christmas. How would they have Christmas now? Where would the presents come from? That new weightlifting set he asked for would probably not be one of the gifts under the tree this year. How would his friends react when he told them? Robbie stopped and watched the snowflakes continue to fall. One landed in the palm of his glove, and he stared at it for a minute. It was so intricately designed, he thought as he watched it melt in his hand. He turned to watch his pal Ricky collecting snowflakes in his hands, too. Ricky came over to Robbie and showed him the snowflakes he had caught. "You know," Ricky began, "my mom says that God designs and creates each snowflake differently, kind of like He designed and created each one of us." "Yeah," Robbie said very nonchalantly, "but does He care about us?" "I think He does," Ricky replied. "Hey, we're having a Christmas Eve service at our church. Why don't you come with me and see how God really cares for you?" "My mom said she wanted our family to go, but I don't really want to," Robbie shot back. "They're going to have hot chocolate and candles and Christmas cookies," Ricky replied. "We sing songs and have a great time. Half of our basketball team goes every year, and the coach is there. You'd probably have a lot of fun." Robbie stopped to consider that for a moment. He really looked up to his coach and admired him. Maybe Christmas Eve at the church wouldn't be such a bad thing after all. If his coach went, maybe church wasn't as boring as people said it was. Maybe he would actually have a good time there. He stopped and wondered what it would be like, and then he looked up to see the bus approaching the street corner. "Okay, Ricky," Robbie said as he turned and began to walk towards the steps of the school bus. "I'll go with you and your family on Christmas Eve and give church a shot. We'll see if God really does care about me and my family."